Welcome to the ItsUATL podcast, your guide to Black culture in Atlanta. I'm Naja Parker.
I'm Deasia Page.
And I'm Nedra Roan.
Hi, ladies. I missed you.
Hello, I know.
I feel like there's been a bit of a gap.
Happy vacation.
Happy vacation. Well, like you said, it's vacation season, which means we are in the heat of the summer. So I've got one question for you. Are we pool or beach girlies?
I think maybe both. I am a water baby. Yes. I love being by the water. But I do prefer, watching the waves, while I'm lying in the sand. So maybe a beach. But I kind of like both. What about you, Nedra?
Same. I kind of like both. But if I had to pick, I would choose beach. For the sand, for the surf, all those things. Like some nature. Pool feels less naturey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Not much to look at, really.
Yeah, because with the beach, you got the sand, you got the waves, and you can people watch because it's a public space. So you're looking at families or couples or like water activities. I think it's a little bit more scenic. So I'm a beach girly too.
Yeah. Good.
When the last time y'all been to the beach though?
Last summer.
Okay.
Yeah, last fall. Yes.
Last fall?
The beach. Yeah. I went to Hilton Head.
Okay.
And I'm laughing about that because I didn't realize Hilton Head was a romantic getaway until I got there. And I was doing a solo trip. So I was like, oh, all these couples are here. Is there something going on? But
you were celebrating yourself.
Yeah. And it's like,
I'm
my own, partner.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah. I love that. Well, this week, we're talking to Sam Flowers, a.k.a. ThumpHer, a local roller derby player making waves in the game with her all-black team. Plus, we'll tell you why we can't stop thinking about the new Cheetah Girls reboot. But first, the rundown. For Black culture news in ATL and beyond making headlines. Deasia, I hate to ask, but there's news about Big Tigger again.
Part 5.
Part 62.
Exactly. There's 3 updates since the last time we talked, actually. It's like the saga that seemingly never ends. Where should I start? But bear with me because this will take a kind of a longer time. So we'll start with the lighter news first, I guess. Lighter. It's just bad. It's just bad. We're all involved. So Big Tigger's co-host on B103, Francesca Amaker, has sued Alicia Brown, Big Tigger's wife, for defamation. Now, last time we talked about this, you may recall that I mentioned Alicia Brown kind of alluded to Tigger and Francesca having an inappropriate relationship. So Francesca is suing because of that, because obviously it's something like that can damage her reputation as a journalist and a media personality. But it seems like Alicia claims that she has proof that there is an alleged relationship between Tigger and Francesca.
What is this proof?
Well, let me go to it.
It'll come out in court.
Let's see. There's so much. There's so much to this. She alleged that there's been a lot of inappropriate communications between those two, including "I miss you too, babe" text. And her husband's response was, "I would love to see you."
That's pretty damning.
Yeah, according to Brown, these are not the types of messages a reasonable wife would view as purely professional, especially when they are exchanged between a married man and a woman seeking opportunities through him. She also claims that in public, Francesca has hugged up on Big Tigger and took photographs with him directly in front of Alicia Brown, without acknowledging my presence or offering a greeting. And I'm sorry, that's not funny, but this is so petty.
But the photo is like, okay, whatever on that. But the text messages? Were they text messages?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She requested Amaker's text messages, direct messages, emails, social media communications, all that stuff. And that's how she got to this conclusion.
I'm not sure I would walk around calling my coworkers babe.
Yeah. Now I do know.
Like, I can't wait to see you. I don't think I've ever said, I might have said that to y'all, but that's different.
Yeah, I reserved babe or babe for a boyfriend, a partner.
Yeah.
I don't use that
for colleagues.
Not even for friends.
Right.
But that's just me. I know other people do kind of use it like that, but
Yeah, I wouldn't say babe.
Yeah.
Wait, now who was saying the babe?
Well, she
Francesca
said,
or Big Tigger?
Francesca.
Oh, so maybe she's just
Yeah.
one of those people who uses
She might be.
terms
Is she
like that.
too babe? I wouldn't be calling.
Because you know how some
babe.
girls are also like,
Hey,
you know,
babes.
or hey babes or
Yeah.
bitch, or how some ladies use bitch. So I don't know.
True.
I'm just.
But they use that among like their other female friends. I've
That's
never
true.
heard of
Fair.
that, like calling a guy
I haven't either.
babe, unless it's, that y'all like really, really close friends, maybe. But I wouldn't. Something's not right now.
And like, I mean, I could see if you were talking and maybe like you slipped up because you're like, oh, I'm talking to my friend out. Oh, girl. Like I've called dudes girl before because you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just talking.
Yeah.
But a text, like you have to type that out like that. I don't know about that.
I can see why that would make somebody uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Now, obviously, this whole, alleged relationship between Francesca and Big Tigger is allegedly why this whole thing happened in the first place, why Tigger and whose real name is Darian Brown, because I feel weird calling the girl man Tigger, but that's how we know him. That's how this whole alleged altercation took place, where Tigger was arrested and charged with aggravated battery and then a child cruelty charge. Because of that, the next thing that happened, chronological order, trying to do that. Maybe I'm out of order too. Everything's out of order with this case.
It's all out of order.
And the more ways than one. Like,
Yeah.
Figuratively and literally.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Big Tigger announced that he would be stepping down, taking a hiatus from his role as a B103 morning host. He has not been on air since his arrest on June 20th.
I mean, there's always going to be that elephant sitting next to you.
Yeah.
I think that's for the best.
I think so too. I don't even listen to the radio anymore, but I assume that they talk about the news, and it must be awkward to be the news. Yeah, you are the news in this moment. So
I mean, they did make statements before.
Right, they did. Both Francesca and Tigger did on air.
And do they still take call-ins too? That's probably awkward. Like, hey, I'm calling to request a song, but no, I'm really calling to get in your business.
That is funny because I still listen to the radio, and I don't know. I think V103 still does that. Yeah.
So yes, it was for the best, probably.
Yeah, and then also sitting next to your, coworker who, your wife is alleging you're having an inappropriate relationship with, and then the coworker is also suing your wife. So,
did you mention the developments in the kidnapping?
Yeah, I'm getting to that because that was the last thing.
Okay,
that was the last thing.
I was like, wait, there's more
because he stepped down before
the latest.
Yeah, before the latest, which is. So Tigger's wife, Alicia Brown, she was arrested and taken into custody in Georgia recently on outstanding kidnapping warrants out of Baltimore and a felony child custody interference warrant in Fulton County. I think she's since been extradited to Maryland. So, and I think she may be from there, I believe. And we're not really sure what these warrants are exactly related to, but we do know there was a report back in 2013 from an incident in which Brown was arrested and pled guilty to reckless endangerment for leaving her daughter in a car for 8 hours while gambling in Maryland. A few years after that, she lost custody of her 10-year-old daughter with her child's father, and the child went missing shortly after. It seems like the child is still missing.
Okay, so
it's unclear whether the warrants in Baltimore pertain to that missing child, which I'm assuming
or another
it does.
missing child, right?
Yeah, but she also, so her and Tigger share a 1-year-old son, and I believe Brown also has another, maybe a teen son too, because that's the one that witnessed the alleged altercation between Tigger.
So there are 3 possible children who could be the kidnappees in this case. Because we don't know, right? We don't know who.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
Because it sounds like she has 3 children total.
Right.
1 with Big Tigger, 2 from previous other relationships. Now the one that's missing is a daughter, right? And at the time she went missing, she was around 10 years old, 9 years old. And this so to me says she's still missing.
Child.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. But
we think that's the same child who she left in the car.
Yeah,
that is.
that's my question.
Yeah, that is,
Okay.
yeah. Because I think she only has one daughter.
Where is the child?
That's the missing
I
child.
don't know.
Because now they're saying today
Yeah.
she should be like 17 years. Where is the child? Like,
Here's what I don't understand. How's she being charged with kidnapping and nobody knows where the child is?
Yeah, that's what I'm
she
confused about.
If she kidnapped the child, wouldn't she know where the child is?
because every time you give us an update, I only have more questions.
Right.
I
It
never
never makes
have
sense.
the clarity that I
Right.
think I'm going to get. And of
Right.
course, it's not your fault. It's just because of the details that have been released so far.
None of
Like,
it makes sense.
And we not slow. Like
We're not slow.
And we're smart enough to put things together. Like we know how to
Yeah.
investigate and seek knowledge and all the things. They're not giving us enough information to make the story make sense.
Right.
Prayers to the kids.
That was my main
Thinking of them.
takeaway. I was thinking about the kids. That's just like a lot of trauma to see in a short
too
amount
much.
of time, especially.
Yeah.
Well, that was the end.
For now.
We do have some more music news.
Yeah, somebody else getting sued.
Oh, Lord. Nebulosity.
No positive update yet. So Jermaine Dupri is suing Sony because he says the company owes him $18 million in royalties.
18 million.
That's what it said.
Come on, Jermaine.
That's what it said.
That's a lot of money. I wanna
It is
know
a
how
lot
he
of money.
calculated this.
Well, that's a good question. I'm going to get to that. So the lawsuit was filed in the Southern District of New York, and he says that Sony has a systemic pattern of underreporting and failing to report royalties. He also accused the company of altering statements and he also accused the company of altering statements to report previously earned royalties. So he's smelling some fishy behavior going on behind the scenes. The royalties he's seeking are in connection with albums he's recorded with so deaf artists. So The Brat and Escape are a part of this. And he's also talking about his production work with artists like Mariah Carey and Usher. Now, Dupree and So Def claim they are owed about $960,000 from Escape's 1993 album, Hummin' Comin' At Ya. And then he's also saying that they are owed $1 million on The Brat's 1994 album, Functified. Jermaine Dupri.
That was
Chicago.
I was about to say Chi-Town.
Come on, the brat.
Now you asked Nedra, like, how did he even kind of sniff this out?
Right.
He became suspicious a couple years ago in 2023. I don't know exactly what kind of tipped him off, but he didn't understand the full context of what he thinks is going on or what he alleges is going on until he received an audit from a financial service firm. So it sounds like they were able to lay out some of these details and give him the exact dollar amount that he was looking for. So far, Sony has not responded, and we also at the AJC reached out to his lawyer, Jermaine Dupri's lawyer, and he didn't have a comment at the time, but he's trying to get this money, and I can't say I'm mad at him.
Did he name anyone from Sony by name in the lawsuit?
Not that I saw.
Okay. I'm just curious. Not that I know any names at Sony anymore.
But I mean, I'm not saying he did not, but
Yeah.
I don't have those
Got it.
specific details. What do y'all think?
I mean, if he had someone, a professional audit, and they looked at the books and they looked at the numbers and they said something's not right, then it maybe something's not right.
Because that means something ain't been right for decades.
For a long time.
Yeah. I mean, the fight for royalties is a mainstay in the music industry, typically from the artists themselves.
I wonder if it's a situation where So Def would distribute the money, since that was mentioned in Jermaine Dupri and So Def was mentioned in the AJC report. So my guess is that if they won the case, they would be able
But
to
I mean,
be
I
like,
guess it depends on if it's money that was coming to him for what he did for Sony, then it's not necessarily his artists, right? Like he may have paid his artists or they may have been paid in the way that they should be paid, but he was the one who got stiffed by Sony. So
Interesting.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, we know, like you said, the music industry is
It's
notoriously awful
rife
for paying
with-
people.
yeah,
They say it's one of the worst
corruption.
industries you could get into.
Right.
So this ain't the first time somebody want they
They
check.
want, they want their money.
Nedra, please give us some good news.
In other
because-
entertainment news, don't know if it's good or not, but
No.
James Brown the musical may be coming soon to Broadway as well as a theater near you. This is a stage musical that was co-written by Atlanta-based playwright, and I know I'm going to say this wrong, so forgive me in advance, sir, Jeremy E. Cormier or Cormier. I don't know. He's from Louisiana. I have to go a little French on that pronunciation. And James Brown's daughter, Deanna Brown Thomas. The story is all about his rags to riches tale of the man known as the Godfather of Soul, among other names. I'm told that this is a very intimate portrayal of his life. It reveals his business dealings over 50 years in the business, his history of domestic violence, his prison terms, and how he overcame poverty and racism. At least 40 of his songs are scheduled to appear in the show, and it is expected to premiere in Atlanta early next year.
Nice.
So Deanna had a quote in a story by our very own Chris Daniels, and she said, "For a lot of people, this will answer some whys. I don't hold back on anything. And in order for you to understand, you have to know the good, bad, ugly, amazing, fabulous highs and lows." So it sounds like, maybe she's going to reveal some interesting things that we don't know about Mr. Brown. Right. Fans of his know that he had hits in the 1960s and 70s, like Papa's Got a Brand New Bag, The Payback, and my personal favorite, I'm Satisfied, which was co-written by Deanna Brown and her sisters.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either until I was like, oh, that's Deanna Brown. Anyway, whatever. In 1986, Brown was inducted into the inaugural class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He is in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, the Georgia Music Hall of Fame, the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. All of them. If there's a Hall of Fame, he's in it.
Right.
He died in 2006 on Christmas Day of pneumonia and heart failure. He was 73 at the time. And there have been numerous efforts over the years to tell the story of his career. There were documentaries, biopics, but this one is supposed to be kind of, the homecoming, and obviously, according to Deanna Brown, will have a little more creative license than film or television would. So maybe we'll see some unexpected things. Hopefully, this will be in smaller theaters so that it's accessible to everyone. They want to make sure that everyone can see it and kind of reflect the venues that James Brown performed in when he was performing. So what do y'all think about this or musicals that are based on artists' lives? Because, Purple Rain, the musical, didn't do so well.
I love musicals. I'm thinking of Dreamgirls. I wasn't even thinking about Purple Rain. But I could quote so many of the songs from Dreamgirls, and I imagine that this could be an opportunity to have a lot of quotable moments. And I'm a theater kid too, so I will be in my chair watching the performance, because they really have to cast somebody who can embody James Brown and his footwork and just all the things. And the quote that you read to us, Nedra, also stood out to me because, when people do these biopics or portrayals of real people who are in the spotlight, you wonder how nitty and gritty they're going to get. But it sounds like she's not shying away from parts of his controversial story.
Right.
So that was good to hear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see how it plays out. This sounds promising, and I'm excited to see it. I actually haven't seen like the stage musical, and I think I saw one about Marvin Gaye in Chicago.
Really?
A very long time ago.
What was that called?
I forgot. It was at the
Marvin Gaye the musical. No.
It was at this black theater ensemble or something in the city.
Black Ensemble Theater?
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that's the name.
Duh. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
but
okay.
that was like maybe over a decade ago. But I can't remember. I don't have many thoughts about it.
Yeah.
But I, in movie form, I do enjoy them, I think, for the most part. Because Dreamgirls is a favorite of mine, too. So.
Which was on stage before the movie adaptation.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I saw the last musical I saw was Cinderella. True Colors did a version of it recently
with Jalen.
Yeah, with Jalen.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for putting this on. I heard her voice in person. Child. She played Cinderella, by the way. Jalen Josie is an R&B artist based here in Atlanta, and True Colors did a all-black cast true to the Cinderella movie version, featuring Cinderella. I mean, not featuring Cinderella, featuring Brandy and Whitney Houston, right? So that's the last musical I saw. And then before that, Tina Turner had one.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of years ago.
Yes.
That was
I remember that
was really good. So
Well, I did not go to Purple Rain the musical. I mentioned it, and I feel like I have to go back and explain why I said that. My niece was in it.
Oh, what?
Yes, this is how I know that it was a very short run in Minneapolis and did not make the leap that was expected to Broadway, at least not in the time frame that they had expected. It was supposed to go in the spring, and it's summer now. So.
Oh, that was this year. This is a this year thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about it. Okay.
Oh man.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Anyway, I'm hoping that we will see the James Brown, the musical, coming to life here in Atlanta.
Let's just add that to the list.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Now it's time to get into our main segment.
So here at ItsUATL, we love to cover any activity or sport that is generally considered quote unquote white, but where Black folks are making their mark. And today we have roller derby player Sam Flowers, aka ThumpHer, who is part of the Black Derby Collective team. Though members of this all-Black borderless team hail from across the country, 5 of them are based in Atlanta. And in May, during their first regional playoff as a team, they won the gold and will head to the global championships in Sweden this fall. So, Sam, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
One of the things we want to start with is just understanding how you got interested in roller derby.
Oof, it's been about almost 10 years. 8 actually playing minus COVID. My best friend back up at home, I'm originally from Philly, right outside of Philly. And she was like, hey, we're going to do roller derby. I'm like, okay, whatever. She goes, no, I'm on my way to come pick you up now. And I'm like, I just left work. She goes, I know, I called. I will meet you at your
your
house.
schedule.
Oh yeah. She called to get a ETA on me, where I was, what I was doing.
Wow.
I was like, oh,
This was important.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not letting you not do this. You're doing this with me.
Wow.
So she picked me up. We went to the store, got fitted, got all my gear, and I was like, I didn't know how to skate. I didn't know
I was going to ask if you all skated together or anything.
No, I was a rollerblader baby, so I was like, I'm good. I got this. And then roller skates, I was like, what is this? Didn't know how to skate, didn't know how nothing. They're like, they'll teach you everything. And I'm like, okay. So 2 days later, the league that was being started up there was called Bucksmont Roller Derby. We didn't even have a rink. We were on a tennis court practicing. And I literally couldn't stop. I couldn't do nothing. I was going into the tennis court like, wee, here we go. And then they told us to line up and they showed us what derby stance was, which is like a low squat to keep your core tight. And then they came up and they hit us. And I'm like, there's a skinny yacht trying to hit me. And I was like probably 30, 40 pounds heavier, and she dropped me. And I was like, okay, let's try this again. She came up, hit me again, and I'm like, what in the hey-ho is this? And I was getting mad. So then she hit me a third time, and then I was like, I hit her back and leaned into it. She goes, yeah, that's how you do it. And I was like, wait, I can hit people. My whole mind was like blown, and I was like, ooh, I like this. So within 3 months, I learned all the things and just started playing derby down there. We have a big tournament they called ECDX, and Atlanta was there. And I was like, oh my God, there's Black people. I'm not the only token. And the starting lineup was all 5 Black females, strong, independent females. And I'm like, I want to be like that.
You said, that's my team right there.
I was like, ooh, how do I get there? What do I do? And then there was drama at the tournament where people were like, all Black people look alike and this and that. And we were getting called, I was wearing a blue shirt and I was getting called Black and just, it spiraled. And then I was like, I want to be there.
And so to be clear, you were saying they were calling you Black for penalty and stuff like that. So the referees, instead of referring to your jersey color, were referring to your skin color.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't just to me. It was Garden State at the time was wearing green, and Double Tough Oreo, she was in green, and they were calling her the same thing. And then the ref came to me and was like, oh, I'd like to talk about yesterday. And I'm like, oh, you mean about this? And they're like, yeah. I was like, I'm sorry, that's the wrong team. I was like, I'm not that person.
Wow.
And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. You all look alike.
He said that to you in your face?
Yep. And my derby wife was there, and she's a feisty white little. Ooh.
The derby wife is like, that's the coach?
No, she is someone on your team that you didn't know before derby that you immediately were like drawn to and ended up becoming your best friend, like your ride or die type thing.
Okay, gotcha.
And she was with me, and she was like, I was like, don't, because she was ready to fight him, and I was like, not right here, like. Just let it go. So then after that tournament and seeing Atlanta, I had some friends who were in Atlanta, and they were like, just move down here. And I'm like, why not? So in 2020, I packed all my stuff up and moved down here for derby.
roller derby.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And Atlanta at the time was ranked 13th in the world. And then after COVID, we had 2 years off for COVID, and then we came back and we had a nice little ride.
13th in the world for roller
Yeah.
derby. Wow.
Yep.
That's fascinating.
Interesting.
Okay, so you got to explain this game. For those who don't know, I'm raising my hand here. How does roller derby even work?
So you have 4 blockers from each team, and then you have a jammer from each team. And your wall is basically made up of those 4 blockers.
See, I got to slow you down even more. Blockers and jammers. Explain that too.
So you have different positions on the team. You have blockers, jammers, and then you have a pivot as well. But the jammer effectively wants to get through the pack, which is the 4 blockers of the other team. And you have to continuously be moving. You can't stop, or else that's a penalty on itself. And you have to go in derby direction, or else that's a penalty as well.
Wow.
And so there's 5 members of each team on the track at any given time.
Correct.
And they're trying to block the jammer from getting through. And the jammer is trying to lap
Yes.
everyone else. And when they lap the members of the other team, they make a point.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how you score.
Yeah. So your first pass through is called your initial pass. That's just getting through everybody and being like, oh, I got through, but now I got to do it again. And then the second time you go through, you can pick up essentially 4 points for every blocker you pass. And then you just try to score as many points as you can without giving up as many points as you can.
Gotcha.
My favorite move is the one where you throw somebody in front. What's that called? Does it have a name?
Like when you usually
try to
like
whip
either
them through
whip them, throw them. Yeah.
I love that. That's
What's your position?
I'm a blocker and a wannabe pivot once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to hit people.
You learned that.
I 100% like to hit people.
Yeah. Tell us about these nicknames that you all have. Because yours is ThumpHer.
Yeah.
Tell us about the origin of that. And also like why nicknames are important in this sport.
It's basically like your alter ego.
Okay.
So you have your regular everyday life, but then this is something different. This is something you're doing for you, for the joy of the sport. So I don't know how nicknames came about. They just, when I came in, they're like, yeah, you got to pick your derby name. And I'm like, all right, bet. And my last name's Flowers. So I was like Fatal Flowers or like something along that lines. And then my dad's nickname was Thumper, because he used to box and that was just his nickname growing up. So as I started getting into derby and I started hitting people, my president and vice president were like, yo, you thumped her. And I was like, okay. They're like, yeah, that's your name, ThumpHer. And being a daddy's little girl, I was like, I don't know. I was like, well, I am daddy's little girl. I was like, I could. So I was like, Dad, what do you think? I was like, what if I did ThumpHer? He goes, that's all right. And then my mom's like, I was like, all right, bet. So it came to that and I got it bestowed upon me. Some people get them bestowed upon you and some people can pick their own. It all just depends.
got it.
What are some of the other nicknames?
One of my favorites was Skinny Guinea. She was one of my teammates. Evil Beauty is my derby wife. Rapid Arrhythmia. Raggedy Aneurysm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were going there.
There's a couple country jammer.
Oh, okay.
Country jammer, should say. There's some really good ones. I'm trying to think of really good ones on our team now. We have Queen Lucifativa.
Yeah. I love that one.
I have a lot of people on my team.
Yeah.
But there's so many really good original names. But there's also a lot of repeating names because it's like, how many Thumpers? There's Bambi Thumper, there's ThumpHer, there's like all different kinds.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how Black Derby Collective got started and how you became involved.
So Queen, Murda, Kill, and BJ, who I played with for Black Diaspora, which was the World Cup borderless team. They wanted to create a safe space for Black skaters that we could get more recognition to actually achieve what every person who gets into derby, high-level derby, wants, which is try to fight for the Hydra. And they wanted to have a safe place for all of us to play competitively and to be able to showcase the best of the best. So 9 months ago, they started BDC, and here we are now.
Yeah. And so I understood that you all didn't get a chance to practice together more than once, was it?
Because we are all over the U.S., we don't have the opportunity to just like, hey, let's go to practice on Wednesday, or hey, let's meet up here. The Atlanta folks do, but so we don't really get an opportunity. We just rely on our connection and our skill. Thank God for me. I have Black Soul Rose, me, and Trouble who can go to practices in Atlanta, but most of us don't get the opportunity to.
So let's give some context to this, because basically you all didn't get a chance to practice together. Mm-hmm. You played most of your qualifying matches
on the road
in 2 weekends.
Yep.
And you won.
Wow.
The regionals. That's amazing.
Yeah, we went to a lot of teams this year because it's a championship year. So everyone's like, let's protect rankings. Let's keep it here. Let's go to regionals. And no one wanted to play us. And we finally got into 2 tournaments. Our Steerco committee, the ones who started BDC, worked tirelessly. And she got us into 2 tournaments that were back to back. And we all were like, who can make it, who can't? And we showed up and we just played out and played our game and played together.
And what's the IOC?
Interleague coordinator.
Gotcha.
Okay, y'all, it's time to take a break, but we'll be right back.
One of the members of your team told me when I did the story about this is she felt she didn't have to worry when she's playing with Black women. What is your feeling when you're on the track with Black women?
I got chills. It actually feels like home. This is the reason why I moved down here. I wanted to be with people who were like me, who weren't told to stop being so aggressive or to stop hitting hard. These women and these amazing skaters that I get to play with, I trust them 100%. Like, I have their back, they have my back. They know the rules. They've been playing the game long enough that if I can't get somewhere or if I'm losing, they're right there to pick me up. And even if it doesn't happen, like I fall and the jammer gets through or I don't get to the line all the way, they will always pick you up and always be in your corner regardless of what happens.
Wow.
I love that. It's like a sort of a sisterhood.
Oh yeah. It's a fun, I say dysfunctional family, but it's like, it is one big family. And like, this is what, for me personally, I've been searching for with Derby since I started.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. And that's sort of one thing I noticed about the sport, because it does seem like this isn't the place for like cisgender heterosexual men. So WIFTA is non-binary female identifying. So we do have transgender skaters of both ways. And we are a very welcoming community. But we also have MURDA, which is the men's division where it's also co-ed. And that's where cis hetero men can have their own space as well. But they also welcome in non-binary and female skaters as well. So it's very open, but I mean, you're always going to have your issues with people.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of reactions do you get when you tell people you are a part of this sport?
They're like, actually, a lot of people aren't surprised. The people who know me who are like, that fits you. And I'm like, okay. Pretty much. But a lot of people who are older are like, oh, I remember roller derby. I was like, it's not that roller derby anymore. It's not bank track. It's flat track. And then when I start to explain it, they're like, oh, that's really cool. But a lot of people are very receptive to it. And then when I show them clips of certain things, they're like, I'd never be able to do that. I'm like, that's okay. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
And that's so wild that your friend knew that this would be a sport that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Were you athletic before? Like, did you play sports? And okay.
Yeah, Yeah, I've grew up playing field hockey and softball.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I played sports since I was like 5 years old.
Gotcha.
I've always been competitive and hard-headed and stubborn. All the things that make a great derby player, you know.
Field hockey can kind of be a contact sport sometimes, depending on how you're playing.
Yes, I was the goalie because I didn't want to run, and I thought it would get me out of running, and I could just like slide tackle people and be okay with it. And it worked.
Now, you had me curious about the training and conditioning to play this sport. What does that look like for y'all?
Well, right now, my training has upped tremendously because we have 3.5 months to get ready for the biggest stage.
Crunch time.
Yes. So one of my teammates, Blaxel Rose, is actually a former trainer. So she is currently working with me as well right now to get me in the best shape that I can be for championships. A lot of our skaters are working out 3-4 times a week. People are trying to make at least 1 or 2 practices a week. Anything you can do outside of the sport definitely translate on the field. Well, I should say on the track.
Yeah.
How good do you actually have to be at skating? That's my question.
Coming into the sport, you don't have to be good at it at all. It depends on the work you put into it. With Atlanta, I've seen a lot of skaters come in with absolutely no skills, no skating experience, nothing. And within 2-3 years, things start to click and they're working outside of derby, but also putting extra work on their skills, their individual skills to get them better, and they're going against better level skaters, which elevates their whole game. So it all just depends on what you're putting into it.
Now, how is the roller derby scene in Atlanta different from other cities? Because you mentioned earlier that the Atlanta ranks 13th for roller derby.
We did, and then we went to championships 2 years ago, and after that we had, I'm going to say 13 or 14 skaters retire out of the 20 that were on the charter.
Ouch.
Yeah. So the rebuilding process has been tough. Challenging at times, but it's also been fun. It's been fun to watch other skaters come up and level up their game and to really like learn and grow. So that's cool. But it's just a whole different vibe down here. Like when I first moved here, we had so much color and like just was here for all of it. And now it's with the retirees, there's a whole group of new skaters coming up ready to take advantage of the spaces that are open.
Now, what ages are people like retiring at for the sport like this?
Anna retired at 26, I want to say, but she also was a junior skater. So she's been playing then longer than all of us. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But for adults, it's usually 18 to whatever your age wants to be. Yeah. Our oldest, when I first started, our oldest was Mom, and she was 54 or 55.
Okay, well.
Wow.
Yeah, and she played home teams and she just did some stuff here and there. She wasn't competitive with it, but it was at least something fun for her to do, which was really cool.
Now, you mentioned you played sports for a long time, all your life. How is this roller derby community different from other sports communities?
It's just so welcoming, so open. Like, there's not that... I would like to say there's not that much cattiness where like Mean Girls Club, but I mean, you get that anywhere. But for me, it was just something new, something different, something where I could just genuinely be myself and not have to like be lesser or moderate what I say or how I do or how I act. So that's been a blessing.
What does like trash talking look like? Ooh, I'm curious. What have you said?
Stuff I cannot say on the radio. Most times our play talks for itself. I mean, you have people who are going to talk-ish and be like, you know, you ain't that good. Or like some people do play dirty. Some people will intentionally try to hit you, punch you, like do whatever they can to rile you up and get in your head. But for the most part, just hit somebody and then that speaks for itself. Yeah, that's what I usually do.
No talk necessary.
And then
all action.
I like if someone's really irritating me, I'll drop them and then I'll look at them, laugh, and then walk over them. Which isn't it depends, but some people deserve to get dropped.
Yeah,
Some people do.
They do.
Like, I just,
I want to drop people
Off the
in my
track.
personal life.
On the sidewalk. Some
Can you
people
teach us the technique
I
just in case we need it?
definitely teach you how to shoulder check and hip check. I use it when like I go out to the bar and I'm like, excuse me. And so many people are like, just, excuse me. And then no one's moving. So I'm like, I'll just hip check somebody. Oh, I'm so sorry. And then I get through and someone's like, damn it, Thump. And I'm like, they didn't move.
Right.
That's on them.
I tried the nice way.
Right?
Why do you think there's still this perception of derby as a white sport?
Because it is a very, very white sport.
Because it's not a perception.
Yeah, it is. It is not perception. It is 100% a very white sport.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're trying to change that.
Yeah. What are some of the hurdles to getting other people into, engaged?
I feel like with every league, it's different because you have people who've been in positions of power on leadership or hose or whatever each team calls it, that they don't want anyone to challenge their position and they don't want to lose their position and they don't want someone else coming in who could potentially be better than them to get that spot. And they don't want some people don't want to see other people thrive. And that's the only downside of it because there's some people who deserve to be on the A team or the B team that aren't giving that opportunity. And that's the saddest part to see.
Yeah.
Now, what are the crowds like? The energy that you get when you're playing?
It's fun.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. I find when we play our interleague team plays, which is our A and B team play, and we play other teams, like the energy and the intensity from the fans, because they don't get to see us play other teams all that much. It's just like a different world. Like sometimes you can't even hear yourself on the track because people are cheering so hard and being so loud. You're like, oh, this is cool. It's really cool.
Okay. We need to go. We need add that to the list of activities.
Well, I know
Field trip.
before the playoffs, like how often were you all competing or how does
Usually
that work?
once a month.
Okay,
Our
gotcha.
interleague team schedules always vary because it depends if we have tournaments, it depends if we're traveling or if we're on hiatus like we are right now after going to regionals. But right now is our home team season. So we have 4 home teams that are currently playing for the championship.
Gotcha. Walk me through the moment when you all, won gold last month. How did that feel?
Unreal. Like so unreal. I was like, we took a timeout with 23 seconds left on the clock. And I remember looking at the scoreboard and it was 109 to 100. And I'm standing next to one of my teammates and I'm like, holy shit, we can do this. Like, we can do this. And it was also a redemption because the last time we played them, we kept on inching and inching. We're like, yeah, we can do this. We're going to come back. And we fell a little short. And then to like see my teammates from Atlanta in the background, everyone's faces are like just in shock because no one was expecting that ending. And it was just, my heart melts.
Yeah, I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
It was so incredible just to like, it was just so incredible.
I love that.
Yeah.
For those who may not be super familiar with roller derby, what do you want them to know, about this sport?
Don't be scared. Come out and check it out. Like, it's a great time. There's a lot of people who don't want to get hit or don't want to be on skates. And there's opportunities to be part of an amazing community without having to put skates on. You can NSO, which are our non-skating officials, without any of our officials, we wouldn't be able to do this. So between penalty time, tracking penalties, scorekeeping, we have so many different opportunities. And just to be part of the community and get out and meet people is just a great opportunity.
Nice.
So please come out. Help us. Help us help you.
Yeah.
Sam, thank you so much for joining us
Well,
today.
thank you guys for having me. This was fun.
Okay, so before we let y'all go, it's time for Rent Free, where we talk about a story taking up real estate in our minds. And one thing I've been thinking about lately is the Cheetah Girls.
Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters.
They're coming back. Recently, it was announced that a reboot is set for Disney with Raven Simone and some of the original cast members returning.
All right.
The title is called The Cheetah Girls Next Gen. And it's officially
Naturally.
Right, yeah. It's officially been greenlit. It's going to be a brand new movie for Disney Channel and Disney Plus. Raven Simone and Adrienne Bailon are returning as Galleria and Chanel, respectively.
Galleria.
Sabrina Bryan will make a special appearance as Dorinda, and Lynn Whitfield will also be returning. Who will not be returning is Keely Williams. And I forgot Keely's. What was the character in the Cheetah? It was something. But Keely was also in 3LW with the girl group with Adrienne Bailon. But there's been a lot of drama with Keely and stuff lately.
Sex was spectacular. I don't know if y'all remember that song. Sorry.
Promises. But yeah, so Keely seems to be the only one that's not returning. What was her name?
Aquanette Walker.
Oh, I guess she actually was my favorite one, I think.
Yeah.
I liked her. So yeah, I love this. The log line for the film is the story picks up when Cheetah Girls Galleria and Chanel, alongside Galleria's daughter Faith and her 3 friends, traveled to Africa to volunteer at a wildlife sanctuary. Along the way, these 14 girls test their friendship, find their voice, and discover the true cheetah spirit, not to be mistaken for the false cheetah spirit.
Right.
That wasn't in there, sorry. As they save and preserve and ultimately take stage as the new Cheetah Girls. Now, I got to be honest, when I read the plot, I got a little bit
nervous,
less excited because I'm
less
like,
excited. Yeah.
Travel to Africa to volunteer at a wildlife sanctuary is where they kind of...
Because what that's going to have to do with, like, anything. I mean, because at least when they went to Spain, it was for a music competition?
Something, yeah. Yeah, and this will be
Or maybe they're going to sing to raise money for the wildlife sanctuary.
Yeah.
I'm just making things up. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. And this will be like the 4th installment in the Cheetah Girls series or, film series. There was the original, the Cheetah Girls, in 2003, Cheetah Girls 2.
That was the Spain one, right?
Yeah. And then there was also the Cheetah Girls One World, which I don't remember that one.
I must have aged
And I don't
out.
think Raven was in that one either.
I aged out after the first one.
Yeah, because
I'm not even sure why I saw the first one. I'm not going to lie. I did see it, though.
Do you remember, though?
Vaguely.
Okay. What do you remember about seeing it? Were you with people? Were you at home?
I'm pretty sure it was at home.
Okay. I actually still have the first one on DVD somewhere in my house. I was such a big fan. When the first one came out in 2003, I think I might have been in the 8th grade or the 7th grade. And I could not wait because all the promos they had got me really excited. So I was in my bedroom. I pulled out my chair. I didn't want nobody bothering me. I don't know. It probably came on at 7. I was seated, okay? And I was locked in until the movie was over and was just obsessed with all of the songs. My favorite one speaking of Cinderella, I think we mentioned Cinderella. Cinderella was my favorite one. Yes. I just couldn't get enough. And then the choreography, they were like in that circle back to back, like looking at the camera above, using their arms. It was just, I can slay my own dragon. The mission,
it's a feminist anthem, if you will. Yes. The lyrics are
so good.
I don't want to be like Cinderella, sitting in the dark, dusty cellar,
waiting for somebody to come and set me free.
Come on now, like feminism 101, teaching the girls.
Which I probably didn't understand at 13. I was like, oh, this is just a bop.
You absorbed it somehow.
Thank you for that, because I didn't know what I was listening to.
You absorbed the message.
I loved it.
So are you excited about the music in Cheetah Girls 4 or no?
Ooh. Now see, the new names that are starring in this film, I don't recognize. So they
must be new to Disney. Are they like the new?
Yeah, they're like in their teens. So I can't say I'm surprised that we don't know.
Like it.
Yeah, upcoming Disney stars.
But Raven is executive producing, and I think Adrienne Bailon is co-producing. So I'm excited. I mean, Raven just means so much to me. She was really my introduction to Disney Channel with that. So Raven,
yes,
the Queen of Disney, if you will,
for real,
the Queen of Disney. Also, she was born in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So in Atlantan, I'm excited for this. I'm gonna be excited because when I saw the news, I was like, oh my God.
You felt something.
Yeah. My day, I got happy. I was like, oh my God, like my childhood is coming back. But hopefully they do it right.
I wonder what the girl group's name is going to be, because they obviously can't call themselves the Cheetah Girls. So what's the new name going to be? I'm very excited. I actually have. I should put Cinderella on my phone, but I do have Strut on my phone, and so everyone
mean it. Free your mind.
Come on,
God.
Just love everything about it.
They're not doing it like they used to do it. And them as in Disney. I'm sorry.
And I ain't watched the Disney nothing in a long time. Like, I haven't watched anything new from Disney to even really know. I'm trying to think of the last Disney thing I watched. Did they give us a timeline yet, or are we still in the early phases?
I think it's just in the early phases. Okay. I think it's just been greenlit. Production on the film will begin later this month in South Africa.
Of course. Oh. Well, all right. That's all we got time for today. Cheetah Girls, Cheetah Sisters. Thanks for listening to ItsUATL. UATL is a source for Black culture and community in Atlanta, powered by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and its supporters. The show is hosted by Nedra Roan, Deasia Page, and me, Naja Parker.
If you liked the episode, be sure to follow us and leave us a rating and review. It really helps. ItsUATL wouldn't be possible without our lead producer, Isabel Kirby McGowan, and producer Kara Schillen. Extra support from Ron Williams. Our executive producer is Gavin Godfrey. Megan Nadolski is our senior producer, and Samantha Stamler is the head of audio.
Special thanks to Janelle Davis, the managing editor of UATL for the AJC. Want more UATL? Be sure to join the community at UATL.com. See you next week.